What's going on, guys? Josh King Madrid here. I'm here with Jaiden Gross, absolutely killing it with social media marketing. I think he did, what, over 100 grand?
Yeah, 112.
Yeah, so he's doing 6-figure months. He's 22?
22.
22 years old.
Yeah.
Featured by Tai Lopez, probably one of his top students. I think that's one of his direct mentors, actually.
Yeah.
But just killing it, dude. Not a lot of young people this age are making that type of money and building like an actual big business. That's a big business, guys. It's not one of those things that's here today and gone tomorrow. Right. So mad props to you, first of all, over that.
Yes, appreciate it.
But what tips can you give young people, or people of any age actually, that are watching this right now, how to execute on actually building a big business?
Sure.
Instead of just like thinking about it and like not really seeing results?
Absolutely. So a lot of the things that I get messaged with on a consistent basis is, how do I develop a skill set for X, or how do I get better at Y? And this is the thing that you have to ask yourself as a student, because I'm a constant student. We're all students. We always learn every single day. The one thing that I will consistently tell people repeatedly is don't try to be Superman, build the Justice League. Because a lot of people, they want to be the best at everything in their company, but if I were to do the Facebook ads, the SEO, the website design, the graphic design, the sourcing, the data input, I would fail. It's the fact that I know that I can count on consistent people to do that work because they love to do that, and I can actually pay them to do what they love to do, so it's a win-win. Because I need the job done, they need to get their stuff that they love to do for themselves. So, first things first, find a great team. Build a team. That's the number one thing you all have to do. And I know that sounds a lot easier than it is, but there's tons of different websites out there that you can use to source a lot of this work. So Upwork's a fairly common one. Fiverr.com is a great one. But these are the mainstream ones. I don't really like to use mainstream because you'll get mainstream work. Check out talent.hubstaff.com. This is one of the best sites that I've personally used for outsourcing the majority of my basic to intermediate level skill required work. And I've literally found people that I can pay genuinely 25 cents an hour for some real bachelor level work. So genuinely check out these websites. Also, if you're interested in more graphic design, I would definitely recommend you check out Conquer, Konker.io. That's a great site for you guys to check out to really build your team. And step number 2, once you actually have these tools in place and you can really develop the infrastructure and you can hire these people and you can recruit them, hire them all at one time. I wouldn't recommend you do one after one after one. I'd recommend you just hire 10. Let's say you hire 10 virtual assistants and you just basically say, hey, I hired a bunch of you guys and I'm just going to kind of see who fits in the best and who doesn't. Because the way that I've grown my company is not by training people, it's by finding people who are already trainable. Does that make sense? There's a difference between being trainable and then being trained. And I find that the people in life who are trained are done learning, and those are the worst people. They always say, I have X amount of experience, or I have this amount of skill sets, versus the people who are trainable, who are always willing to learn more, and those are the people who will usually do the best work because they're always trying to figure out the angle that you need most. So find people who are trainable, interview them, get on a 10, 15-minute Skype with these guys. I mean, build relationships with people. We're using social media here. Otherwise, it would just be media if you weren't building relationships. So really build relationships with these people and, create a team. Don't try to be Superman. He does die in the movie. Sorry for the spoiler alert. But, I mean, for real, guys, you have to build the Justice League. Otherwise, you're just going to end up pretty sad and depressed like the rest of the world was when Superman did die. So hopefully that makes sense. And
does, 100%.
Really, that's a great way to do it.
Another thing I wanted to ask you. So obviously you're killing it now, and obviously, you're outsourcing a lot of work, building a team. Personally, me, if you guys follow me, you guys know I'm all about building a team as well. But when you first got started, you didn't maybe know all that information. What were you doing that most people don't do to achieve results? Because I think some people they'll want to start a business and then try 1 or 2 things, and then they fail and they're like, it's not for me. Like, what were you doing that's like way above the standard that helped you reach massive success? Like, was it tons of phone calls, tons of emails? Were you going door to door? Like, what were you doing to help you get the ground really up and running when you're building your agency?
Yeah, so, I mean, door-to-door, cold calling, emails, texts, videos, handwritten letters, all of it. Great stuff. But there's another level, and it's called data science. So everybody's a data science. I am, you are, your grandmother is. It's just how well that data actually helps us in life. So, for example, I'm 22 years old. I only have 22 years of concrete data information that I can use to make an informed decision on a business. But if I were to use 10 other 22-year-olds, that's 220 years of combined data. A lot of it's going to be mixed, so that's going to be a little bit more accurate depending on what I'm looking for between the combination. So what I did was I would spend a lot of my initial dollars into research development. So I would just hire a ton of research analytic assistants to go out and find out what was working in the marketplace. I literally have, to this day, a Excel spreadsheet, a CSV file of over 400,000 websites ranked from 1 to 100 in terms of their potential to provide website development services, SEO services, Facebook ad services, and so on and so forth. Why is this important though? Because if you don't know how to filter through all the data, just like in life, you're going to be stuck with a bunch of useless information. So really get focused on not only what the information is capable of doing, but who it can be capable for. Because honestly, a lot of the information that's out there in the world is out there for a reason, because somebody needs it, but you don't know where they're at. And so that's the placement problem. That's a second step. Don't focus on that yet. Really focus on finding out the research first. Actually hire a team of people, whether they're research assistants or they're virtual assistants or they're executive assistants. It doesn't matter. All these people are on your team because they want to obviously get paid, but they also want to do good work so that you can continuously send them work. I mean, freelancers have the hardest job at all. I mean, literally, they get one payment and they don't know if you're coming back.
Right.
They would love to have a consistent residual basis while being self-employed. So if you can empower them and also tip them. So like if you're paying these people 25 cents an hour and they do great work, pay them $1 an hour. Pay them $2 an hour. You'll be shocked at the results. These people will come back with like all their secret tricks. And you'll be surprised. People in India, people in Bangladesh, people all over the world, they are amazing hard workers. I mean, I would literally, if I could do anything over again in my company, and this is a little bit of a tangent, I would hire all immigrants. Literally. They have such amazing work ethics. They're family-oriented. They're ethical people. And genuinely, guys, they don't discriminate because they know what it's like to be discriminated against. So really, just spend the time in the initial stages while you're being very, very practical and trying to, analyze the entire structure of your company and just do it even quicker. So hire more people to help you out. It's never a problem to ask for help. It's always a problem to not know what you're being helped for. That's the real issue, and I honestly wish a lot of people would just kind of get to the main problem instead of just beat around the bush. So hope that helps and makes sense.
Last thing I want to ask you about, what is your vision, for your personal brand, for your company? Do you maybe plan on selling it? Do you want to build more online based? Like, what is your personal vision that you see yourself doing over the next 5-10 years?
Yeah, so in 5 years, I see myself selling the company for a minimum of $10 million. And with that $10 million, I plan on investing it into multifamily residential real estate. I've already started doing that in Florida and South Beach. I plan on doing some e-commerce. I don't really know specifically what it is. I've been doing fairly well with custom embroidery Shopify. I have a custom manufacturer that helps me do it all from Taiwan. Love that stuff. I also have been looking into mobile app development. So I've actually am in the process of creating 3 new apps. One's a sales training app. Very unique, very proprietary. Would love to talk about it more, but I can't right now. Second thing is a food development app. Super cool. One of the students here actually proposed it to me. Loved it. We've been working on it for the past 3 weeks. Going to be huge. Last app is actually a combination of like Uber and your local parties. So essentially, if you want to find out what's popping around you, instead of calling an Uber, you can just call a party. Imagine that. Like, could you imagine like calling? It's a little bit more complex, but so I've been doing a little bit of that stuff. But where do I see myself in 10 years? I see myself financially independent to the point where I don't have to worry about what I'm going to do with my money, but it's more so what I'm going to do with my time. Because that's the most valuable asset we all have. We all have 24 hours in the day, and really, I would just want to make sure that I can wake up every single day feeling fulfilled and not having to worry about money. I mean, it's so funny. A lot of my mentors always reassure me to tell me, you're wealthy when you don't have to worry about losing wealth. And that's a big thing that I'm focusing on right now. Is not accumulating riches, not accumulating cars, not accumulating. I want wealth, because that's hard to break. It's something that just is consistently building and building and building upon itself. And it's really hard to deteriorate, unlike riches, which can fall overnight, treasures, which can happen and get buried. I really am just looking for wealth right now. So 5-10 years, I see myself hopefully opening up a non-for-profit organization. I have a really big call to action. I actually do a lot of charity work behind the scenes with Feed My Starving Children, Big Brother, Big Sister. I mean, I'm a huge advocate of giving back, because I remember literally 10 months ago what it was like to be in that situation of eating SHI, like for real. 100%.
Like
it's hard. And that's the thing is, when you get successful, you can't forget where you came from, because a lot of people, and I'm not saying this to anybody, but it is so understandable when you accomplish certain things to want to take pride in it and not know where that level is because you've never been there before. So for anybody, whether you're successful, not successful, who cares? Always remember to stay humble. Always remember to stay, to your roots, and really just make sure you're relatable, because that's how people connect, is if they see something in you that they want to manifest in themselves. Like hopefully this video that you guys are watching, you see something in me or in Josh or anybody else here that you want to be, and you just haven't developed it yet. So reach out to me, reach out to Josh, and I swear 5 or 10 years, you'll probably be in our shoes right now doing this video, hopefully with another kick-ass entrepreneur.
Hopefully with some better cars.
Yeah, hopefully with some better
house.
cars. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Man. All right, cool, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, absolutely, brother. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, keep killing it, bro. And safe flight.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you for listening to the Dropout Degree. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube at Josh King Madrid. And if you learned something new, please share this on your social media and leave a 5-star review. Want to connect more? Head to www.joshkingmadrid.com.